Are you the narcissist new supply? If so, listen to this. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and in this video I'm going to tell the new supply, that new source of fuel for the narcissist, exactly what to expect from the narcissist who has shown up in her life. Now, before I get started, I want to say if you have discarded the narcissist or the narcissist has discarded you, do not contact the new supply. I would not contact the new supply, and I don't recommend you doing so either. The reason is this: you will more than likely not be believed. The narcissist has already smeared your name to this person. They've called you crazy. They've called you bipolar. They've already told them you're jealous, and especially if they discarded you. They're love bombing this new supply, and that poor soul is on cloud 9, thinking they've met the man of their dreams. Remember, we were all once the new supply, and we thought the same things that she's thinking right now. So, dear new supply, I don't know you, although I'm sure you think you know me. The narcissist has told you all about me. Probably along the lines of that how great I was at first, and then at some point I changed and just became terrible. I left him, but he may have told you he left me or was getting ready to leave me. He's telling you how much better you are than I was. Probably he told you he loved you very early on, that he's never met anyone as wonderful as you, and that you are the love of his life. He's also told you all the synchronicities that brought you into his life, and that you and him getting together is destiny. How do I know this? Because it's what he told me. He seems to be everything you could ever want in a partner, and you can't believe your good fortune. Unfortunately, all that lies ahead for you is invalidation, devaluation, trauma, and abuse. He is with you because he has to have someone, not someone to love, but someone who will give him the attention and the admiration he craves. This is why all of his relationships have overlapped. He doesn't get rid of anyone until he secures a new source. This is his pattern. It will never change. He'll tell you all of his exes were crazy, that they used him for money, that they cheated on him, or they tricked him, deceived him in some way, pretending to be someone they're not. Keep in mind, every bad thing he says about his exes is something he did. Also keep in mind that every bad thing he says about his exes, he will one day say about you, and he'll start doing it while he's still in a relationship with you. He's gonna future fake you constantly. He will paint a picture of how good life will be once things calm down in his life. His promises do not come true. He may marry you. If that happens, boy, you're really in for to see the devaluation, and everything is gonna go downhill really fast. He only marries for 2 reasons. He believes that it makes him look more successful, more desirable to others, especially other women, and he wants to secure you, making it harder for you to leave. Now, if you have money or property, this benefits him as well. He does nothing without his own personal agenda. Now, if you don't have money, expect him to offer to take care of you. He's done this many times, not just with me. This will seem like a dream, like he's a knight in shining armor, but it is a trap. It will give him even more power and control over you. Expect to listen to him talk on and on about himself, talking about his past and name dropping. That's one of his favorite pastimes. Expect him to interrupt you and talk over you. Expect him to not really listen to you unless you are revealing information about yourself that he can use against you later. And trust, everything you say will be used against you. He probably met you and started building a relationship with you before I even left him. Again, that's his pattern. I was no longer listening to his BS, and I was calling him out on his inconsistencies, so he needed to find someone who would bolster his huge but fragile ego. He excels at playing the victim, so he told you stories about how awful I was in order to pull on your heartstrings and gain sympathy from you. If he's with you, you're probably an empath who cares deeply about others, and therefore you are his preferred prey. He's counting on you to overlook a lot because you're going to try to save him emotionally, and you will fail at this. Expect a less than satisfactory sex life. He was completely impotent when I met him and had been for a long time. He blamed his erectile dysfunction on his ex-girlfriend before me and future faked me that this was a problem that would go away when he wasn't so stressed from his ongoing court battles with her. This never got better. When he finally tried medication, it didn't work. A stick of dynamite won't work on that useless little appendage he's got dangling. So one thing I know for sure, and so does his girlfriend prior to me, is his bedroom game is weak, unsatisfying, and unfulfilling. He talks a big game, but cannot deliver. He's going to talk about me, and already does, and he will talk about all of his other exes a lot. He will compare you to us. He will try to make you jealous or insecure or put you in competition with us in some way, even though you don't know any of us. He will revise history and probably told you, I left him for another man or went back to my ex. Not true at all, but he can't admit to you or even himself that I left him because of his actions, his behavior, and his treatment of me. He will never admit I left because of abuse. You will doubt that he could ever be abusive. I understand that. His former girlfriend warned me. I didn't believe her, just as you won't believe me. Even after seeing video evidence of him raging, you may be naive enough to believe he'd certainly never do that to you. He'll play the victim, blaming me and his other exes for the relationship's ending. He will be completely innocent and take no accountability because nothing is ever his fault. Come on, he's been married 3 times and had another long-term relationship with the mother of his son. Do you really think he will be different with you? Do you wonder why his exes have nothing to do with him? Oh yeah, and he never gets off dating sites, no matter what he tells you. He needs secondary sources of supply for his endless need for attention. He gets bored quickly, and he needs new people to repeat his stories to and give him, attention. And you're going to hear these stories over and over and over. He is racist, sexist, prejudiced, and judgmental. You will see this in time. Once the honeymoon phase is over, and it doesn't last long, you will spend the rest of the relationship trying to get back to the seemingly good old days. He has a temper, and you will see it, first directed towards others, and eventually towards you. You will never solve a conflict. You'll never solve a conflict with him, ever, never. Any and all relationship problems will be your fault. Everything he tells you he is, he's not. Everything he tells you he's not, he is. He has no real empathy, but he can fake it for a while. He has no true love for you. You're a shiny new toy right now, giving him attention, sympathy, admiration, basically fuel. It is and will always be all about him, period. And again, I don't know you. I don't even know if there is a you. I don't keep up with him. I certainly don't hate you, and I'm most definitely not jealous of you. If you're with my ex-narc, I pity you. I wish I had listened to his ex before me. Everything she told me was right. I wish he had been able to show me proof. It would have saved me from the horrible experiences I had with this man. I, on the other hand, actually do have proof. There will be an upcoming video showing this proof. Now, if you see the video of him raging and cursing my daughter and see the court evidence that he was indeed found guilty of destroying my father's urn and ashes, if after that you can still make excuses to be with this vile individual, then you must be incredibly desperate and just as scared to be alone as he is. And if that's the case, you may truly deserve each other. Now, if you found this content helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, what would you say to the new supply? Did you try to warn the new supply? And how did that go? Thank you for taking the time to listen, and have a blessed day, survivors.